Let's go. What's happening, people? Welcome back to another episode of Red Divided. Myself, Tommy.
You got myself, Ham, aka Ade. So I'm gonna be 2 in 1 today. Because we got a special guest, so I'm gonna let my boy T introduce our special guest. You guys are gonna enjoy this one. So. No pressure.
As you can see, Ade is not here. And I hope you can see because we want more people to be watching it on YouTube, by the way. So as you can see, Ade is not here today, but trust me, we have a special guest for you. We have our brother Saheed. Saheed is a big Man United supporter. For the first time, die hard. For the first time, it's nice to get another Man United perspective on this podcast because obviously ever since the beginning, it's always been me and Ade. And trust me, me and Saheed, pretty much almost every episode, Saheed always messaging me about something. So it's going to be, it's going to be a good one. What do you say, Saheed?
Yo, here to put some points out there, like as in listen to the pod all the time, and there's stuff that I disagree with you guys on a lot. And you know me, like as in when we talk football, me and you, Tommy, innit? Like,
yeah.
We disagree with a lot of things, so yeah, just come to put some points across,
Cool.
Get the points out there.
No, but thanks for jumping on today. Let's just get straight through it. To be honest, this is probably like the first week in in like a month or so that we've won and Arsenal hasn't. Bro, it's been so demoralizing. Yeah, I know it's like I'm even embarrassed taking this shot, bro. I
can't even laugh too much. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Watching that, it was painful. So
I mean, we're embarrassed because even what I watched today, mate, like it's ridiculous. So, bro, I don't want to talk about the FA Cup, but yeah, we're through, man. And I think the saving grace is that we've got Middlesbrough at home. But knowing us, we make everyone look good. We make everyone look good. So honest, that team.
I swear, Middlesbrough doing all right in the Championship this year, right?
Yeah, they started really bad, but I can't recall where they are.
Okay,
I'll double check. But
I just know their striker scored a banger the other day in the FA Cup, though.
Yeah, so
I'll see that still.
Yeah.
You know what? What we do, we just do a quick roundup of the FA Cup, just both of our, because I did watch both games. I know you said you didn't watch Arsenal one, right?
Yeah, no, I had it on. I had two on. Yeah, so I had that game on, and I had the Juventus Roma game on.
Yeah, so there's not really much to talk about, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to skip past it. I'm happy to keep it moving. I only joined this episode to find out what Saheed thinks about United. I haven't spoken to Saheed about United in a long time. So I'm actually not here to talk about him.
Yeah. Well, now let's touch on the Arsenal one quickly, because, bro, if we're gonna talk about how bad we are, I need us to balance it out.
It softens the blow.
Because even our victory more or less felt like a defeat. I can't lie to you. So let's balance it out. Let's start with Arsenal quickly. What are your thoughts on the game? Because I know obviously like you were watching the Roma and
Juventus game
at the same time. I mean, we've been saying this for the longest. If you guys are still not on Italian League, so far, you guys need to jump on, man. There's so much
missing out.
You're missing out. But yeah, so from what you did watch on the on Saturday,
I just wasn't.
What were your thoughts on it?
It wasn't a good performance, but I didn't have a good feeling going into it. Like I swear down, I was with JJ, innit? So I was with JJ watching it, and just before the game started, I said, "Bro, Nottingham Forest could beat us." Jay was just like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "No, bro. Remember they knocked us out of the FA Cup like 3 years ago."
Yeah.
same round, same pitch, City ground, same round, same pitch. So and then I saw the team we put out, and I guess we got like 5 starters. I'd say 5 of our starters in it. So obviously we had to put that team out because of the Nations Cup, the players we've loaned out and whatnot. So I didn't feel too good going into the game, and then lo and behold, we don't even have a shot on target for the whole game. I don't know what that comes down to. I don't know whether that's a mentality thing. I don't want to label that at the players because they've been good this season, isn't it? But I don't know. Maybe it is playing a lower league opposition away from home. As the game's going on, you guys play football. you may not create in like the first half an hour, but subconsciously you're gonna like, but we're gonna create in it. Like, and when we create, we score. And I don't know whether that's what they felt, but the performance wasn't good anyway. And then they looked like they wanted it more. They fought more. They ran more, and they done everything more than what we did. And even to sum it up, I think it was like the 85th minute or something. We're losing, isn't it? It's the FA Cup.
Yeah,
we got the record for the FA Cup. This is our trophy. When shit goes wrong in the league, we win the FA Cup. Okay, bruv, these men were passing the ball to each other, in the center circle. Ben White to Lokonga. We had already taken Charlie off by that point. And then to make matters worse, we now brought on the fridge at left back, Kolasinac, with like 3 minutes to go. That's when I knew, That's when I knew that Arteta had just thrown in the towel. He just said, you know what, you go out there. We might be able to loan you in January. Let's just show these other teams that you can still play football. Go and give us 5 minutes. Because I thought, and you know, the bad omen was he took Nuno off after half an hour, innit? He took Tavares off.
Yeah.
So naturally, I'm thinking, because I wasn't paying too much attention. I'm just thinking, okay, he's come off. Jay said, "Why he's taking off Tavares?" I goes, he must have an injury in it, or must have a knock or something in it. But when I saw him throwing off his gloves and walking off, I was like, okay. It wasn't until after the game that I realized that Mikel took him off because he wasn't happy with the way he started. So that lets you know how bad we started. That you take off your left back and you bring on your number one left back to hopefully try and salvage something, because it's already looking bad half an hour into it. But to sum it up, we didn't deserve to go through no shots on target away to Nottingham Forest. I wish them all the best.
Yeah,
but we were bad, man. And now we have to win the League Cup. We have to win the League Cup. We have to win the League Cup or finish fourth or do both.
Yeah, I think you pretty much summed it up, man, to be honest with you, because it was bad. And I think you're right. I think it's a mentality thing, because, and we discussed this about Thomas Partey. It's easy for you to be geared up for a big game like the Man City game. But then when you're playing like the Championship team, we do this all the time. Like, obviously, all of us are on like semi-side team. Remember when we used to play on Wednesday in Stratford? We did it all the time.
Teams
the dead team that we're supposed to be. We struggle. But when we're playing the top ways, we'll be talking all day, like in the group chat, getting ready for the game. But then when you play, like, it's a mentality thing, and sometimes, and I suppose that's also down to the manager to get them ready for those kind of games. Because really and truly, you should be beating Middlesbrough, what?
Nottingham Forest,
Sorry, Nottingham Forest. To be fair to them, they played out of their skin.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Especially that guy at right.
The right back. I think both their wing backs.
He was moving mad on that day. So, did you watch the game, sir?
To be fair, I just watched the highlights. To be fair, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, United's made me kind of fall out of love with watching football for a little while. I'm not like, I used to watch like every game, like here and there, like, as in FA Cup weekend came this weekend, and I weren't too fast to watch a lot of the games, so I just kind of caught a lot of the highlights, to be fair. And it's a bit of a shame because there were some crackers this weekend as well. But, of the highlights I saw, like, as in, it did seem a bit slow, a bit like you guys were lacking a bit of energy, to be fair. And one thing I don't really get is, like, and United have this problem all the time, like, when the fringe players come in and around the team, that don't normally play, like, as in, that's where you're meant to shine. Like, you have no excuse not to be able to perform in it. So, certain man, like, when just looking at some of them, like, it's like, how, like, if you can't get yourself up for this game, it's the FA Cup, like, it's your cup as well, like, as you guys say. You can't get yourself up for that kind of game. If you can't get yourself up for your first start in a couple of games, what are you going to get yourself up for? And then you can't, like, kind of complain if you do get overlooked in the league and stuff like that. So, like, from, as I said, like, people like Nketiah,
he was awful.
Yeah,
Rob Holden was the worst. He was shite.
But like, I have a bit of sympathy with some, like Rob Holden, like you know, he's not good enough anyway, isn't it? Like, as in, he's never looked good in an Arsenal shirt, really and truly. And
fair
somehow
enough.
he's always got, So, like, so I gave him his, but like Nketiah, like, I still feel like he's got some promise, and I just want him to turn it around, obviously. But every time I see him in an Arsenal shirt, like recently, just lacking a lot, really and truly. So
I'm happy for him to fulfill that promise elsewhere, not in an Arsenal shirt.
No.
I don't. It's like me and Tom have that Joe Willock thing. Yeah, lovely player, nice. Go do that elsewhere. He's not good enough for my team. So same as Eddie. Eddie might go score 20 goals a season in the Championship, or he might go score 20 goals a season for a lower league, for a team in the Prem, but in the bottom half.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But for me, he still wouldn't make the grade for Arsenal for what I want from a centre forward, isn't it?
Fair enough.
Yeah. He doesn't help himself, as Saheed touched on, innit? This is what annoys me. Those players, the French players that don't get much games, and you get your opportunity, then what do? So he doesn't help himself. If it's not the League Cup, you're not getting nothing from the day gets here. He loves the League Cup, but that's that's the tournament like Spain. And but hey, we
what about that? As in, so like, as I said, I didn't watch it, but I heard about that Tevez thing. So what? He just had a bad game, or
he did look sloppy, yeah. But I still thought, for me anyway, at half time is when you do that, innit? So it's 45 minutes, innit? At half time, you run the right act, you let him know it's been absolutely shit, blah 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 blah. You can take him off. No, there wouldn't be no story in it. There'd be no qualms. But I obviously, devil's advocate, knowing that the manager's probably done that to get a reaction because of how bad we was. So he's probably and the boys and the players on the pitch looked over and think, shit, we need to pick this up, innit? Like the manager's pissed, innit? But it didn't work. So if we'd won the game, you could say, it didn't work. And that's why I keep saying, they see Arteta, he's just using my club as work experience. He thinks he's Mourinho. He's been in the job for like 2 years and you think, okay, I'm going to start taking players off after half an hour. Shut the fuck up, bro. Sit down. Nuno has been brilliant. He's been brilliant. Fair enough, he's your signing. He's been brilliant. He's having a poor half an hour. That's cool. He comes in at half time and then you tell him and then you take him off. Or you give him you play football side suddenly, or you give him 5-10 minutes. And if he ain't picked up, then you take him off. Yeah. But because I watch Arsenal every week, we could do that to Rob Holden. We could do that to Granit Xhaka. We could do that to Bear Man every week after half an hour. So my thing, if you're going to do that to Nuno, because he's the youngest player, if you're going to do that to him, then that has to be the president across the board. Everyone's got to do that treatment.
I thought he was injured. Honestly, I thought he was injured when he did that. But not until, as Ham said, until after the game that you found out that he wasn't injured. He should have waited. They only had to wait 10 more minutes until the end of first half anyway.
Yeah, and as I said, the reason why I asked actually is just because he has had like a decent start to the season anyway. Yeah, so 100%. Like as in, and as you said, if he's having a bad half an hour, you can give him a little more time, let him come out of it, let him play out of it. But
cool,
exactly, bro.
All right, cool.
The good thing is it highlights that the squad it's not there, so we still need to keep going. This Jan, we had a good summer. This January, get some more bodies in, man.
I think that's the first time I actually agree with you, because I still say some of them should be playing at a decent level, but you're right though, because the level, in terms of the levels of performance here, how that dropped from the Man City to the Nottingham Forest one, it's a massive drop, massive drop. But there were some players still there, like obviously
the front three behind the striker were the same. Is the front three we start in the Prem?
Yeah, so they should be doing better. They should definitely be doing better. But quickly, let's just move on to United. Touch on United. Obviously, they're just part of the FA Cup to the side because it was a terrible performance anyway. We got through it. What are your general thoughts on your team? Like,
this is what I came for. Everybody, now you can listen. Now you can listen. If you didn't listen to anything I said in the first, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Well, I'm like, what are your general thoughts, man?
Wait, before you start, can I ask a back question? What? When the whole thing with Ollie was happening, what camp was you in? Was you Ollie out or Ollie in?
I wasn't in any camp, to be fair. Like, I knew he had to go. I knew he wasn't the manager to take us forward, but at the same time, I could see all the good work he did. So, like, in a hypothetical world, it would have been perfect if he could have been number 2. Like, as in, if someone could have just said, "Look, you need work experience. We'll bring in a top manager, learn from him for the next 2 years or next 3 years, couple years, and then we'll look at giving you a job later on." Because there's a lot of things that he just got wrong, completely wrong, and we couldn't look past that because he's a new manager.
It's not a new manager, by the way.
Not a new manager, but new manager in a big job, basically, isn't it? In that kind of sense. And I say new manager, as in, you only need to look to Moyes, for example, to see how big up a step managing Man United is compared to a lot of Premier League teams. Moyes done a great job before
Everton, yeah.
Everton, Premier League stalwart, goes to United, messes up. Obviously, it's taken a couple of years to find his feet at West Ham now, isn't it? So it's a big jump for a lot of managers, isn't it? And United can't be a first big job, like, as in really and truly. So, like, as in, he had a lot of mistakes in him, and I feel like it was highlighted a lot because he's that was his first real big job. He hasn't had any big tests like that before. So I weren't really Ollie in or Ollie out. I just knew that, like, basically next season I didn't want Ollie. This season I was happy to, like, once we're not winning the league anymore, once it looked like we we're going to get top 4, whatever, I was happy Ollie took us there or any other manager took us there, to be fair. So in terms of the performances, United performances, it's like, as I said, like, it's so hard watching United performances now, and I'm the kind of person that ever since I've been young, I've like fallen in love with football, play football, watch football, like, and I'm coming to a point now where I'm happy to enjoy other things in life rather than sit there for 90 minutes and be disappointed.
I know that space. I know that space. Ask Tom. I was in that space. I said it every week. I'm falling out of love with football. I said it every week last week. Last season, I said it every week.
But to be fair as well, like, as in, like, it's been a steady decline as well, like, as in, so we've had things to hold on to. Like, we've always like played decent football, attacking football, counter-attacking football, stuff like that. And this year, like, even we had that last year to hold on to. So, like, a lot of the games that we had last year, it was very open, but United ended up coming through a lot of the games. Yeah. Or even just getting points from games. So sometimes if you're looking at some draws, thinking we shouldn't have drawn, but come the end of the season, we get second. So those draws kind of helped out. So I'm not too pissed, but, like, as in watching it, like, we're not getting the points now, and the watch is so hard, it's unbelievable. And, like, part of the reason why it's so hard is because it's either the first 10 minutes is shocking, and then, like, they try and pick up for a little bit, but then they return back to the shocking patterns, or we have a great first 10 minutes, and then like, people just lose confidence. And, like, listening to something that Adi said, like, a couple of weeks ago, actually, and I've said this for a long time, like, it's like United can't play at high intensity. We can't defend. We can't move the ball forward through the team at high intensity, and that's the way the game's gone, really and truly. So playing in the Prem, you need to be able to do that. That's like bread and butter for a lot of midfielders and defenders. And right now, we don't have players like that can move the ball quickly through the team, high intensity. Also, think our decision making is poor, and some of that comes with confidence. Some of that is just some players are incapable of making right decisions at the right times. And it's such a shame because these are the players that we're paying big money. These are the players that we're saying has potential. We've been saying that they're teetering on great or world class for a couple of years. So, but then those players make poor decisions week in, week out. And it's all right, like, making a poor decision here and there, but scoring goals or getting assists and stuff like that. When you're making poor decisions and you're going through a bad spell, then it's going to highlight a lot more. So yeah, like, I feel like there's quite a few pieces missing from United right now, and obviously because we're not winning, because of confidence is out the window, it just don't look too good right now. So yeah, I'm just waiting for my guy Pogba to come back into this midfield and at least let me at least enjoy watching football a little bit. Like, let me see if Pogba's out spraying balls or, you know, just playing passes through, like, as in through the team, like playing passes forward. Yeah, let me enjoy football a little bit, but right now I don't really enjoy watching it. So, and yeah, the results are, to be fair, like, the results on the Rangnick haven't been too bad. The opposition haven't, like, we played poor opposition as well, but
you played, exactly.
Played poor opposition, but at the same time, like, as we just got to remember, like, someone coming to a fresh club, managing all those egos, like, we know now it's clear to see that there's a lot of egos at United. There's a lot of bad attitude at United, in a sense where maybe some players think they're a lot bigger than they are. They don't need to do certain things, and that's affecting. Like, you can see, like, some of the players that are coming into, or should be coming into their prime now. So, like, the Rashfords and Martials and stuff like that, they haven't had the best attitude in the last couple of years, and seeped into their game now. Don't want the same thing to happen with Greenwood and stuff like that going forwards. And yeah, some of the older players, it just don't help with the attitude. So
just to touch on that side, so sorry to cut you off. Ham, obviously it would be nice to get your thoughts on this. obviously, I remember I was saying, going back to Mourinho, saying how a lot of this players that we've relied on that are the potential players that we pretty much build the team around when Oli walked in. Mourinho's had issues with all these players, and it was always been about the attitude. As Saheed said, I feel like they've been slightly babied. That it's just a new world that we live in, and it's this generation of football, isn't it? That they'd rather you put your arms around them and to get the best out of them. Well, when it fails, which is happening at United now, it's like, should we really have been putting our arms around these boys? Because we would have, maybe if we did it, we try and push them, we would have realized earlier that maybe there's no point building the team around this guys. Because like I'm talking about like the Pogbas, Rashford, actually Martial, the attitude is poor. Like look at Rashford today, like for example, like 2 chances. I'm not saying you want to score them, especially the Greenwood one. How are you stopping to get into the box? How are you stopping? Like, who do you think you are, bro? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's just the arrogance for me. Like, you haven't achieved much here at all, bro. Like, you're what? He's 24 now. There's guys that's been in this that's done much big. Like Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney, bro. They were doing 10 times what you're doing now. When it was at United. And that is, to be honest, it's just a question in it. Do you feel like they've been babied far too much? Because you look at the other side of the spectrum. Look at Pep, for example, and he's the ego in it. And I've always said that you need a manager with personality that can handle egos. Pep will not allow that kind of stuff. He will not allow it. And I think it's slightly different with Pep and Mourinho because Pep has got credit for days, for years. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I would have kept Mourinho, but I'm not talking about Mourinho's tenure, so we would have kept him, but I'm just their attitude and what he had to go through with his players. And now it's clearly like it's apparent now. You can see it. The attitude stinks. But they think they're better than what they are, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, like as in when you look at it from top to bottom, like as in, for example, there's a lot of people that say they want to make it in football and stuff like that. And these guys are playing at United, like one of the biggest clubs in the world, one of the biggest clubs in the UK. And the smallest stuff, like sometimes like not having the desire, or as you were saying, like Rashford not trying to get easy goals. But to be fair, like that's never been Rashford's game either. Like as in he's never, and it's whether like has he been coached, has he been taught to when someone shoots, be on like get your feet ready to pounce.
Like, he just got footballing brain of a 10-year-old. Like that's the thing, isn't it? And it's like you can't keep, and this is my point. We keep saying, is whether Rashford, we can't keep babbling and saying, has he been taught this? Has he been taught? Because when it is time to sit him down, and the I'm just referring to Mourinho in particular, when he was harsh on this players, saying they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Kind of like with Luke Shaw, for example, when he's saying that, look, I have to coach it for the whole game.
The PlayStation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but then actually, Pep is the type of manager that is hands-on. Even like, if you look at the young ones that come from City now, that me and Ham was talking like, they're literally all clones of each other. Like, he must have spent time on them. You know what I'm saying? I just said it's just the minimum requirement as a footballer to have desire. See what I'm saying? Like, to have a positive attitude about the game.
Yeah, but going back to the point you're making about Mourinho, because like as in, you know, like as we talked a lot about Mourinho, I love Mourinho as well, innit? And I've always loved Mourinho. And I listen to a lot of like players' interviews when they talk about their managers, their best managers, and Don Paul Mourinho is one of the managers that comes up a lot. Like as in, you see players like, for example, Cesc. I listened to Cesc interview, and he said one of his best managers, Mourinho, because what everyone's saying is bad in terms of his attitude, gets players like Cesc Fabregas fired up. You know what I'm saying? Like as in all them little mind games that he plays, all them little games that he plays in the press or plays between players and stuff like that. That gingers, and like that's the kind of person I am. Like as in, if I had Mourinho as a manager, I'm pretty sure he'll fire me up. It wouldn't be a confidence blow for me, like him saying something like that. It will be something that will make me want to get ready, put in more effort in the next game and stuff like that. So Yeah, I do get it. Like, as in, a lot of Mourinho is not the most popular person, and yes, he might be teetering on bullying or whatever. But I think no, but
Yeah, no,
what
you're
people
right.
say,
You're
isn't
right.
it?
Yeah, 100%. You're right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But then, like, as in, for example, yeah, like, as in, it's like, yeah, it might be teetering on bullying, but then it's just how you see it. Like, because for example, like, the way we've grown up, like, as in, we've needed both. We needed an arm being put around us, but then at work, for example, we have harsh realities that we just can't get away from. Like, as in, certain people, if you don't deliver at work, a manager can ask you directly certain questions, you know what I'm saying, or people can ask you direct questions, and you can't. You have to have a thick skin to navigate in the working world. So why can't you have a thick skin navigating through football?
What you say? What would you obviously we're talking about Mourinho and Oli and whatnot, but in terms of like, what would you say you'd want now then in your manager? So what would you say the manager that you're getting next has to do with this crop of players? Because you can't sell 15 players. So the bulk of the players is still going to be there. So what type of manager are you saying? They need a manager that's going to whip them into shape, or they need a manager that's more in the mode of put your arm around the player, instill confidence into them?
Look, these guys are on big money. Like, as in, I don't buy into the fact that you shouldn't be able to. I want someone to whip them in shape. I whip them in shape properly. I give them. Like, a lot of these players haven't done a lot in the football world. If you know what I'm saying, they have hardly won a lot. If you know what I'm saying, only a couple of people can say they've got medals and trophies in that club right now. So you can't have the ego to go with it. You can't have, like, for example, everything that's coming out in the press, like there's divide in the United camp now, and players are questioning Ragnick's method. Like, who are these players to question his methods? Like, this is a person that everyone in football says, like, as in Tuchel, Klopp, they say,
Klopp,
like,
yeah.
if you know what I'm saying, that he's created a blueprint for them to work off. So how is it that any player at United can question Ragnick right now, if you get what I'm saying? What have they got on their CV that only Cristiano and Pogba probably, and Varane, so he can question him really and truly in that sense. So I don't buy into this. And to be fair, like, is it maybe Oli, like, highlighted how good it can be in the sense of putting your arm around a player, but then overall, like, as in the long run, as we're saying, it hasn't really worked for us. So why go back to that? I think we should get someone that knows standards, have their standards, and has to make the players meet their standards, as opposed to putting an arm around people.
I think you're right. It's just Ollie's obviously got them playing, but we want them we feel like we're ready we're ready for their next level now. We can't, can't keep playing at that same standard. The levels are different. Levels are, like, I'm sure, like, when they give Arsenal's young boys 2 to 3 years time, Arsenal won't possibly accept what he's getting now in 2 to 3 years time.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
There must be an element of improvement. Not just
100%.
like I just don't want you to be dribbling and taking on plays all the time. Like, come on, bro. How old are you? See what I'm saying?
Yeah. But then, like, as in, so again, like, it comes back, and this is why I'm so glad that Ragnick's come around, and, like, it can't be on the players anymore, because the players have had a lot to hide it behind. For about 3 years, like, they haven't had a top class manager who, in Oli. Before that, they had a divisive manager in Mourinho. Like, there's always been an excuse for the manager. And now, like, as in, we ain't got no excuses. Like, the players are there to be seen. Like, as in, them not being able to make 5-yard passes forward is nothing to do with the managers. It's down on the players. And I get the whole confidence thing as well, but, like, as in, you shouldn't need the 100% confidence to make a forward pass. So yeah, it's clear for the players to see, and it's clear the players need to back up their ideas.
I think you guys are suffering from the outside looking in. I might be wrong. And when I watch United, I watched them this season a lot. I think a lot of the players are suffering from a confidence issue because it's not a happy place. So whether the training ground's not a happy place, or when they get on the pitch and they're not performing to the level that they know they can perform, then you look at players that their performances have dropped in recent years, and like you guys said, the players that you've highlighted that you wanted to kick on haven't kicked on, and it's almost had an effect on the players that you've brought in this year. So you're not seeing the best of Sancho. So he's probably not. If you speak to his agent or you speak to Sancho, he probably say he's not playing at his best because he's not 100%. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to confidence issues. So I think I don't think United players are bad. I think there are some bad players, but you've got a lot of good players, and we all play football, so we all know how confidence can affect our performance. If you have to second guess yourself on a football pitch, you're already on a downward spiral, because you should be playing football freely. You should be playing off the cuff. but you can only play off the cuff and play that type of football when you are in the groove, when you are confident. And you look at Marcus Rashford now, he looks like a shadow of himself. You like Luke Shaw, he looks like a shadow of himself. All of us have watched Sancho in the Bundesliga. Doesn't look nothing like us. The only person that looks like themselves is the fucking GOAT to some people, CR7.
But even still, like, as in,
And he's the only one that looks like himself.
Yeah, but yeah.
You know, another thing is, another key indicator is probably like, I feel like they're so used to playing basic tactic, and like with the new ideas, Ranić is going to the table, is exposing a lot of these players. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Is exposing them, because you're now. It's not just about your ability on the ball. It's that your footballing brain now, your movement. This is where you're supposed to be. Do you know what I'm saying? And one, we're lacking confidence. Two, this guys did not have the footballing brain to fulfill what he wants on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? They don't have it. It's just like, I don't know, man.
I think it was so telling that we went back to the 4-2-3-1 because I only went back to that was only safety there for a long time and just literally playing a counter. And a lot of players looked comfortable in that formation. And then when Ragnick tried to change it around with 4-4-2, 4-2-2-2, a lot of players looked so out of place. And
it's so telling. They look clueless, man. They look clueless. Yes, they look clueless. They make it still in the state. And what doesn't help is that we give the ball away far too much. Just basic stuff. And like, we just overdo things. Well, let's just stop talking about this, man. I'm tired already. I'm tired already, man. I'm tired.
But I think it's good though. I think it's good in terms of like the long run. Like the board. If I was the board, and I got Ragnick in, I'd want him to say, okay, so I brought you in for 6 months, Now what I want you to do is, you know more about football than me, because the United board is not full of people that know much about football, innit? So you know more than me. So what I want you to do is, you see this playing staff for 25 players, identify a style of play, then identify the ones that can adapt to that style of play. So then in January and in the summer, you let me know what players aren't cutting it. Because this is the direction that we want to move as United. We want to start playing with the football. We want to start dominating games. We don't want to just be playing counter-attack football. So like you said, T, some of those players probably ain't capable of that. They should be. They play for Man United. They should be able to handle the football. But I think in the long run, it might help United, because then Ragnick could come to the board and say, okay, these 6 players here, they're not going to be able to go. Even if you get Pochettino, a new manager, they won't be able to adapt to his style of football. So then these are the players that you have to get in, because I believe if United improved their quality, there's no reason why you can't play. I mean, we're 4th in the league with
improvement quality. No, sorry. Improvement quality, but improvement quality is not like we've seen. Improvement quality hasn't worked because we've tried to improve quality. Like this season, we've improved our quality, and this has probably been.
But not in the main place where you need to. So I'm sure that Ragnick will be like, the midfield is the hub of football, and your midfield still consists of Fred and McTominay. And you got a right winger. You don't really need a right winger. I mean, I know you chased Sancho. You didn't really need it. You needed a centre mid, right? You needed someone that can handle the football and didn't give it away. And then you could start and build from there, especially if you're going to move to another manager in the summer who's going to want Manchester United to keep the football. Fred and McTominay just are not capable. And it might be the runs that players are making off them, but they're not capable of playing the way you guys want to play. That's why I say if you improve the quality, you get better players in there, then you might see it upturning.
Yeah.
Because I watch my team, and my team is only because the quality is improved. That's why we're getting better. We've got better centre halves now. We've got better right winger. We've got a better left winger. We've got a better number 10 now.
I just think it's like the type of players we've got at our club, and like as we've said, like the attitude that we've allowed to seep in. It's like, because if we get into 2 centre mids, we're not going to improve. Like, yes, like it won't change the closing down from the front, basically, if you get what I'm saying. Like, as in, Rashford don't close down as sharp as you should do. Greenwood doesn't do it. Cavani, Ronaldo don't really do it. So you get what I'm saying. Like, improving the quality doesn't change. Like, we can get 2 better centre mids right now, but then I still think we'll have similar problems. I just think it's the attitude. The attitude is just too poor. Players feel entitled. So and here in Ragnick, you did speak about like changing the players' mentality. And I think that is a big step for them going forwards.
100%. But I think that's telling as well that he's come in and what he's been there for a couple of months, and he can already tell that the body language and the mentality is wrong.
Yeah.
And maybe the players didn't want Oli to go, man. Maybe they loved him so much, they didn't want him to go. You know when you're attached to a certain person at work, all of you lot might have had previous managers, you really like him, and then the CEO says, "Oh, by the way, we're getting rid of that manager." It's like, fuck, man. That was my comfort zone.
If they didn't want him to go, they should have done better for him, man. They should have done better for him. What we're gonna do, so as we're halfway through the season now, and we all watch a lot of football, everyone's created their own team of the season so far. What we're going to do is just go position by position and then see how different our teams are.
You guys are not going to like me after this one, boy.
See how different our
you see, the thing is, yeah, it's like, as long as your team makes logical sense, yeah, then I'm cool. But if there's no logic, if you just put someone in just for the sake of causing argument, yeah, we're just gonna move on.
Someone out there will agree with me. Don't worry.
Okay, all right.
I don't want to hear Tyrell Mings.
Oh shit! So I should scrub your name off now. Is that it?
Cool. All right. We just start with the goalkeepers. I start first, and then hopefully we all have the same. If not, I don't think it will be too far off. I've got Ramsdale. What have you got, Saheed?
I got well, that's my trickiest position, but I went for Saar.
Okay.
Wolves guy.
So I had Edouard Mendy, Chelsea's Mendy. So straight away we don't agree. but it's easy because obviously Ramsdale's an Arsenal player, so I'm gonna side with T in it. So Ramsdale's in B.
Yeah, I've got Ramsdale.
Ramsdale my second choice, so I'm all right with that, to be fair.
But you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had Jose Sarr as my second. I was debating between him and Mendy because I think he'd be brilliant. I mean, he'd be a brilliant signing, bro.
Some of the saves, like his expected, like the saves he pulled off that he shouldn't have pulled off is amazing, bro. Honestly.
And what I love about players like that is I'm not gonna front in it. I've never heard of the guy before.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So me seeing him playing in the Prem, and obviously Rui Patricio was a really good goalkeeper for Wolves. So I think how they're gonna replace him, but they look like they got an upgrade on him. But Aaron Ramsdale's been amazing. He plays for Arsenal. We're putting him in.
to be fair, Ramsdale, I had Mendy in there, so can't complain with Ramsdale. He's turned it around for you guys. He looks like he's commanding solid for you guys as well. So yeah, and he's got clean sheets. When I didn't think he was going to get clean sheets as well. So
you know, if I ever meet him in life, the first thing I have to do before I praise him, I have to apologize. The first thing is I have to say, bro, when I was hearing your name linked to my club and 30 million pounds as well, I was very angry. If you ever listen to Red Divided, don't listen to it. Don't listen to the first couple episodes.
He's probably all right. He looks like he's on bants anyway. So
yeah.
No, I'm not swaying from Ramsdale, to be honest with you, because I think it's just more like our thoughts on him. To be fair, I wasn't going at him like Ham was. So I was just more saying just give him a chance because he's still a young keeper. But for the fact we all didn't think he was going to be this good, and I think what's important is that every time Arsenal calls on him, he always answers the call. So it's just been brilliant. Like it's easy to put. I think in terms of like clean sheets, you've got Edison and Allison, but it's easy to put them. But I don't think they've been brilliant though. Yeah, they've been brilliant. They've got great defenders right in front of them. And especially the Arsenal defenders they're just been put together. So and with Ramsdale, every time, especially earlier on in the season too, every time we needed him, it was been great. And you can say the same thing to Sarr, but I'll go with
Jose Sarr. But I think both of them. I think all three of our goalkeepers have been brilliant, and I think if we picked either one of them, no one will have an argument with Sarr, Mendy, or Ramsdale.
Yeah. I will say, like, Mendy is like kind of not falling off, but like Chelsea defense have fallen off in the last couple of weeks. So if it weren't for that, for me, Mendy would have got it hands down. But
all right, cool. All right, just confirm what we're doing: 3 midfielders and 3 like attackers.
No, 4-3-3. So 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, 3 strikers. Okay, cool. All right, right back. I've got Trent. You already need to ask me. So Saheed, who you got? I'm gonna pick Trent every year till he retires. So to be honest, I'll be honest with you. The only reason why I've got Trent is because who I've got left back is a right back, and there hasn't been any outstanding left back. So we've all got him at left back. We don't. 100%.
I didn't even need to ask if I was allowed to do that one. I'll put him in.
I say
no problem.
So who you got right back, sir?
I got James. Like it was between Trent
It was
and
a
James
toss
for
up.
me.
It was a toss up between.
No,
I went James just
the reason why
yeah.
I didn't pick James because he hasn't played enough games.
The reason why I picked James is because he's been asked to do quite a few things this season, and he's done it passing all tests. So
he's been brilliant. He's been brilliant.
Yeah, he's been brilliant
this year.
Yeah, because he hasn't played enough games. If he's played enough games, then I think I would have because I would have definitely picked James. I will be honest with you, but he hasn't played enough. So Trent has, so I'll go with Trent. So left back, I'm guessing we all got the same left back then, basically.
Yeah. Zinchenko, I'm joking.
I had Alex Tellez.
Here we go. Because left back ain't your top position anymore.
All right, cool.
Yeah, João
Cancelo, cool. That's straightforward. We don't have to explain that. Everyone's watched football this season and it explains itself. So the centre back, I'm not too sure how different we are. I've gone with the two.
Just say both of yours, innit? Yeah.
The two I've gone with Rudiger and Gabriel.
That's how you know we're in sync. I've got the same.
If I could show you as in, I was thinking like between Diaz had to go in there for me. Diaz went in there for me, and then I was between Gabriel and Rudiger. I want Gabriel, to be fair. So
Gabriel, all three of us got Gabriel.
Yeah, so all three of Gabriel.
And two of us got Rudiger.
Yeah, so
it goes.
I think, like I said, I think the same point can be made for what T said about Alisson and Edison with Diaz. I don't think his level has dropped or anything.
Yeah,
but I just think Gabriel is obviously he plays for Arsenal. He's having to do a lot more. And Rudiger, I never rated him that highly before, but now I think he's a top set in the front, in a defensive three. He looks amazing.
I didn't know he could step out like this, and like before, when he used to step
with
out,
the football,
when he stepped out, he used to like a Bambi, but now like he looks assured when he does a thing in it. So no,
it's cool. All right, so we got like the three in the middle of the park. All right, so should we just go with all our three each, and then we'll discuss what we want to do? So my three, to be honest, two I'm definitely sure of. One I don't mind changing. Well, the three I've gone with is Rice, Bernardo Silva, and Gallagher.
Okay. Yeah.
You'd be looking at my team because I got the same thing. There was no debate for me. All three of them was going in. There was no debate.
Yeah, so I know, Gallagher, I was sure about him, but I just thinking if you guys can come up with something better or like a great argument, I don't mind taking him out. But Rice and Bernardo Silva, I'm not taking out. But
100% they're not coming out.
Yeah, they're not coming out. But if you come up with a good argument, I wouldn't mind Gallagher. But I definitely want to keep Gallagher too, to be honest with you. What have you got, Si?
Who you got, Si?
Me, the only difference for me is I've got in Tielemans instead of Rice. I had Rice in there, but I felt Rice was an obvious pick. So I went Tielemans instead.
But Tielemans don't even play in Rice's position, though. Tielemans don't sit.
Yeah, but see, my midfield's not balanced. My midfield is literally when we recover the ball, we're going. So
your midfield's like Man United, but there's no balance.
No, but to be fair, Tielemans
everyone just do your own thing. Tielemans, you play as a 6.
Tielemans gonna have to hold a bit, innit? I want energy in the middle, and that's what I've gone for, innit? So that's why I put it.
I just feel that Declan Rice, these 19 games, cannot be left out of a team of the season. He's been brilliant in that position. Like you see now, you see what you said about Rudiger, how he steps out with it.
Yeah.
When Declan steps out with the football now, he steps out with a surety. That man knows what he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? And he already does all that sweeping, interception, as good as Ndidi and whoever else is in the league that does that. But on the ball, he's got much better.
Yeah, as I said, I'm arguing up and down. It was either him or.
But I love Tielemans, but I don't think he's had a.
I don't think he's had a bad season.
I think he's had a decent season. Midfield numbers wise and stuff like that, he's had a decent season, and he just keeps the ball ticking along as well.
He's an amazing player. He's an amazing player, Yuri Tielemans. But I think Bernardo was a lock, so the only person he could have probably went in for in me and Tom's team would have been over Gallagher. But Gallagher's been so impressive. Not just his goals, and it's just his overall performances.
Gallagher is
because I think Mason and ESR got more goals than him, more goal involvement. Yeah. But he does more on the football pitch.
Yeah, definitely.
They move the ball through him, and like they don't even look for the Saha no more all the time. Like the ball moves through him now, so that's the biggest compliment anyone can say.
Bro, they need to get rid of Saha, bro. They need to get rid of him, bro. They need to get rid of him. All right.
But that's a free, yeah, Rice, Gallagher, Bernardo Silva, yeah.
Yeah, cool. I thought, to be honest, we're not going to argue as much as I thought, so I'll take that. All right, cool.
Front three.
I've got Salah, Jota, and Dennis.
Oh, okay. We're not too far. Maybe I thought it would be hard because, like, as in, like strikers apart from Salah, like, no one's really like kind of set the league on fire.
Yeah. So, like, to be fair, apart from Salah, I can take up any good arguments in regards to anyone else. But Jota can be replaced, but he's put up the numbers when he needed to. And yeah, Dennis, he can be replaced, but I won't replace Dennis because of the team that he plays for and what he's done there, what he's done in Watford. So yeah, so those are my three. What you guys got?
I put in Salah, Dennis, and the third on the right was a bit of a thought for me. Could have been Jota, Son, or Foden. I went with Foden just because, like, anytime Pep calls on a guy,
You've been watching too much Monday Night Football, bro.
No. Do you know what it is? No. Real talk, yeah. Like,
Phil Foden is not making this team of the season so far.
He hasn't played enough. He hasn't played enough. That's the thing, though.
Do you know why I say it though? Like, as in, it's like every time, like in and around the stars are in and around him. My man's still putting up numbers, and
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
And he still does what, like, as in, he looks like he's so comfortable in that team. If you get what I'm saying, and every time I look at him, I'm just like, where can this kid go? If you get what I'm saying. So, and as I said, like, as in numbers wise, like, Son probably got more goals. Yeah, Son's got more goals than him, and Jota probably has more goals than him as well. But he's playing our position in that on the left, and he makes it look so easy. And some of the goals he scored this season,
I don't mind Foden, but I just don't think he's played enough football for him to get into the team.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah. Like, when he does play, we all know what Foden does when he plays. It's kind of like last season, like when KDB won Player of the Year. I'm thinking, why is he played like half of the season?
Yeah, but like, the half he did play, like, in with that one.
Yeah, and I get that, but now I'm with Ham, and I'm not with putting Foden. Unless if Ham's got him, I'm sure Ham hasn't got him.
Nah, I told you, but looking at my team, my front three is the same as yours.
Oh,
mine wasn't even. Remember, I make my team every week. So since the first game of the season, I already put players in, take them out. I've had Dennis in since probably the last 5-6 weeks. I put him in there. Jota was a lock because none of the strikers have scored more goals than him, and he plays through the middle. Salah was a lock. Salah was always going to go in there. And the left-hand side, I think Dennis has got 8 goals, 7 assists for Watford. And Watford are fighting relegation.
Cool.
He's taking the piss.
Yeah.
So how can he not make a half of the year team if he's putting up those numbers for that team?
Yeah.
So the front three for me picked itself this year. I don't really think there hasn't been a standout striker. Vardy and Antonio have kind of dropped off from the early start that they had. And Son, Son's going to do his thing, but I think Dennis had a better impact.
Cool. Yeah, so I think, to be honest, me and Ham had exactly the same team apart from the goalkeeper then, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I had Mendy and I'm still.
So, so that's it. So what, our final team is Ramsey in goal, right back, Trent, left back, is it Cancelo, and then Rudiger and Gabriel, centre back. In the middle of the park, Rice, Bernardo Silva, and Gallagher, and up top, Salah, Jota, and Dennis.
So Liverpool have 3 entries. Arsenal have 2 entries.
Yours.
Man City have 2 entries.
You know where you're getting here. Anyway, let's move on.
Chelsea have 1 entry.
Okay.
West Ham have 1 entry. Crystal Palace have 1 entry. And Watford, relegation bound, have 1 entry. There isn't a single Manchester United player in this team. Bro. And if we done a bench as well, there wouldn't be a United player.
The madness is, like, you could probably have, like,
actually, Ronaldo might have made the bench. Ronaldo, you could have put. I'm surprised none of you put a debate for Ronaldo to be in the team with us. Yes,
no, bro. I don't want anyone in my team in
that. Because Ronnie's got. What's that? Ronaldo? He's got like 8 goals in it. 8.
Yeah, he's got
goals?
8 goals. He's got 8 goals and a couple of assists or something. So yeah. But yeah,
they're them 8 goals that we would have scored anyway. To be fair, like, he's just stolen some of the team goals. Really, that's what it is.
But De Gea is having a good season, though.
Yeah, and De Gea is obviously. De Gea is probably you can put him forward like the best case forward, but
we've conceded how many, bro. So like, yeah, so forget it, man.
The madness is, you can have like the worst. You can have the worst team of the season, and United will probably still struggle to break down that. But no United players are going anyway.
But listen, there's still half the season to go. So
yeah. Cool.
Someone might. I mean, what positions do you think be up for grabs though? So what? Obviously, left wing, Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis. It depends. Yeah, so second half of season, Dennis probably Jota can be replaced depending on what.
Gallagher.
Yeah, Jota can replace Gallagher possibly. I think
the centre half possibly.
Yeah.
Can be replaced.
Say that again.
No.
You think Bernardo can be replaced?
No way. He's a lock for player of the year. About being replaced.
I'm talking like
him and Salah are going neck and neck for player of the year.
You know why? Pep hasn't will take it, bro. Ronaldo's playing every single game, bro.
He don't take him out.
And you know Pep likes to rotate his team, bro. You're never too sure, but
ever since Bernardo told him in the summer, like, listen, I'm ready to bounce, I'm too good to be. I was like, no, sorry, Ogami, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Where do you want to play, and how many games do you want to play? So he's a lock. He's a lock. I think the fullbacks are a lock. I think Cancelo, he's going to make the team there. He's been brilliant. Trent, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't think the fullbacks a lot. James can still say something about that one.
Yeah,
but we got to see how bad James is injured.
And how many games he's played.
And how many games he misses out on.
Yeah, that's the issue with James.
Trent ain't even put up no mad stats yet. Trent can literally Trent can go get another 10 assists before the end of the season, bro.
Yeah, that's true, man.
You know what I was thinking about Liverpool, yeah? Why like I love Trent so much, yeah. Just superb player, yeah. How can your right back, yeah? Because their midfield is non-existent. So the midfield, they don't have a playmaker in it. They don't have someone that puts that string shit together in it. And Salah's their go-to man. Salah puts his ball in the back of the net. Yeah. Their playmaker is their right back.
It's mad.
He's their right back. Robertson does what he's supposed to do as a left back. Up, down. No, Trent actually controls the tempo. Are we going long? Are we going short? Are we playing it around the corner? I can't speak highly enough of the boy, man.
And to come back to like Klopp as well, like it's so mad because bare teams know this as well. Bare teams know where the how to stop it and where they should stop it, but they can't stop it. So the positions that Klopp gets him to take up.
Yeah,
amazing.
And another thing, yeah. Sorry, before you go, another thing about Klopp to give him all these accolades is he put Trent in very, very young, yeah. And we all know Klopp's a perfectionist, isn't it? So he probably hears all the outside noise that Trent can't defend. But what this boy offers him, yeah, on the football pitch, he can't leave him out. Whether he'll adjust the team to cover for Trent's deficiencies, then take him out and put another. Because if you ask Klopp, yeah, I give you another right back that can defend better than Trent. I can probably go forward, not as good, but a bit. I don't want him. It's okay. I don't want him. I'm happy with Trent.
I'm happy. Yeah.
And Cancelo is just different class for me. He's not a left back. He's just an ultimate footballer that can play anywhere.
Yeah, he's definitely. And obviously, if you was to pick a player, I think it's quite obvious. I shouldn't really ask it from the team. A standout player of the season so far will be Salah, right? No one can really debate that at the moment. So,
I will give 51% to Salah and 49% to Bernardo Silva.
Yeah,
they've been the best two players in the league. Them two 100%. and Declan Rice and Cancelo have been the best players in the league.
Yeah, top 3, top 4. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I agree with that. All right,
and cool. I think if City win the league, do they have to give it to Bernardo because he's had such a massive impact? Or do they give it to Salah because Salah gives 25 goals?
I think they'll give it to Salah because at this rate, Salah's he's already got how many goals? 16 or something?
15 or something?
Yeah, 16, I think. Yeah.
Well, if Salah goes to the AFCON and gets Egypt the trophy or gets them semi-final, yeah, then he comes back. Yeah, and Liverpool win, I don't know, the Champions League or something, yeah. Ballon d'Or is already, don't even do the award ceremony. Just send it to his house.
Yeah. You can't trust these Ballon d'Or, the people winning Ballon d'Or.
No, but what I'm saying is, because the way he started the season, yeah, on fire, smoke, yeah. Then he goes to the AFCON and then he wins something else in Liverpool and he doesn't stop scoring goals, yeah.
Yeah.
The Ballon is his, man. It's his, give it to him, man.
I don't trust him. They'll now come back and say Jorginho or something like. I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
They might give it to Naby Keita because he might win the AFCON with Guinea.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So we've got the team. All right. We've got like 5-10 minutes left. So I know obviously, Saheed, this is obviously your first time on the pod, and hopefully it won't be your last. What we say, have you got any questions for us? Oh, Ham, you have a couple questions you wanted to throw at Saheed. Do you want to do that first, or do you?
Yeah. So firstly, a lot of my United fans are giving me this nonsense. They're giving up on the season. I don't know where you stand. Have you given up on the season yet? One.
No, not at all. Not at
Okay,
all.
two. So that good. So where do you see the season? How do you salvage the season? What does a salvage season look like to you? Sorry.
Like, as in, I'm still in the camp. I don't expect anything less than top four. Like, as in,
Okay.
I'm just in that camp. And I say that because, like, football is all about roundabouts and stuff like that. Like, let us go on a little good run. Yeah, we're back in the mix. So, and also, like, the reason why I say that as well, because I feel that when Pogba comes back, I think it's going to be pretty instrumental for us. Get him. I know he has discipline problems, so he might not be able to play in the two.
The first two, but he might be able to play. Yeah.
No, but I'll put him in there because, like, if we can't progress the ball, I'll still put him in there because our problem is we can't progress the ball forward, innit? So, like, we're losing the ball trying to move it forward anyway. So, like, as in, Pog got the pass, we can switch it out. And to be fair, like, look at watching the game today, yeah, like, as in, we started off switching the ball. Like, McTominay and Fred somehow were switching the ball left or right, but then we couldn't sustain that throughout the game. So, I think if Pogba goes in there, like, as in, yeah, and the other thing as well, like, we make a lot of like Rashford's, what Rashford's, Cavani, Ronaldo, what they can't be what they can't deny. So it's like they make a lot of forward runs.
Yeah, 100%.
Our midfielders aren't picking them out. Like,
can't find them.
Only Bruno tries to find them, really and truly. Yeah, so, like I said, if you got Pogba, if you got another person trying to find them runs as well, I think that we'll end up scoring more goals, and I don't think it'll be as bad as it is. And also, like, give the manager a couple more weeks to try and instill something in these guys, try and get them working a little bit better, try and get them a little more cohesive. And yeah, I don't think it will be too much of a bad story. I think top four, I believe we will get top four as well. I'll be pissed if we don't. So yeah, I'm not even saying we should get it. I'm saying we should get it. There's no reason why we shouldn't get it.
I'm gonna be messaging you every week to the end of the
season. Go for it. Like, as in, yeah.
No, but I like that. No, but that's obviously because, like, I'm looking at the table now. You got a game in hand, and you're 4 points behind us. You win your game in hand, you got 1 point behind us. And we're in the running for top four, so you're not out of it.
To be fair, like, as in, a lot of points going to be dropped between now and the end of the season. Between all, like, we're the clubs that are very inconsistent right now. So each club's going to have their run. Each club's going to go through their little bad spell. Whoever managed their bad spell best will probably get it. But yeah, I think.
Another question I had was, who do you want in? So when Ralph goes, because he's definitely not keeping the job now. So when he goes, who do you want in?
There's only one answer to this, because, like, I think the anticipation been there for so long. Like, Poch has to come in.
Okay.
I didn't really want, like, as in, I wasn't really for Poch coming in the beginning. Like, as in, I didn't want Poch to come to our club 2 seasons ago when he was in and around. So I'm not been the biggest Poch advocate, but I'll take him now. Just take anyone who's got fresh ideas and anyone that has a respect that is in what he's done in the Premier League is undeniable. So the players can't turn and say anything about his tactics or anything like that. So, and Jalen, like, he seems like he's got the right balance between putting their arms around the players and
He looks like he's got good man management skills, isn't it?
Yeah. And to be fair, like, he's managed a big egos at PSG now. He might not be doing the best job at it, but he's getting the tune out of them. So yeah, like, I'll take him now and see where the project goes. It's a shame that, like, we're in a stage where we're going through a lot of projects, just like a lot of other teams. But, like, yeah, that's where we're at now. So yeah, I'll see what his project is and take that forward.
Cool. I got 1,001 questions, but I'm gonna stop it there because of time.
Yeah, no, I got some questions for you, though.
Yeah, no, yes, I waited for you. Yeah. Ask Tom the questions.
You don't need to ask me a question, boy. I'll just be in the background. Ask Ham.
Oh, but you can answer them as well, Tom, actually, because yeah, like, as in, obviously it'll be good to hear your perspective on Arsenal as well. So, like, as in Arteta's report card, how would you assess him in his time this season and his whole tenure so far?
I would give him out of 10.
Yeah.
I'd give him 6 out of 10. So 2 8th place finishes, I can't give him higher than. That's almost half, yeah. So I can't give him higher than that. And then because of the signings that he's put in and trying to change the culture, the whole Aubameyang situation, letting Saliba go for letting Guendouzi go for attitude problems as well. Just trying to iron out and try to create a different culture. All those things they're good things. And then, like I said, he gets grace because the signings that he brought in this year, him and Edu, they've all hit the ground running. So, I mean, I come into the season saying if he finished 7th, that's an improvement on the last 2 years. He's got me and everyone other Arsenal fan believing that fuck, we might even go back into the Champions League. So I got to give him an extra point for that. So I'd give him a 6 out of 10.
And then like as you talk, oh sorry, you. Yeah,
but that's all right. Go on. I'll send this other one. I don't really need to give him.
No, actually no, because like when I. Yeah, no, you might as well.
Yeah, if I was, I'll be an underliner. To be honest, I'll give him a 5 at the moment. If he, and I think I agree with Ham when he said earlier. I truly believe from his methods, you can see a good manager in him. It's just whether he's given the time to fulfill that at Arsenal. It would be a shame, not for me anyway, for Arsenal fans, if he goes to do that elsewhere. So, but I can definitely see a good manager in them. And 5 is probably harsh, but as Ham said, you can't look past the 2 8th place finishes. But he finishes 4th this season, then that's an automatic 7 8. That changes to you. Do you get what I mean? So yeah.
If you don't get top 4, are you saying that you stick with him? You happy to look for another manager in the summer?
If we don't finish top 4, but where do we finish though? So we finish like 6th or something.
Yeah, 6th. Yeah, 6th.
Yeah, then I'm happy to persist. If I don't get Ten Hag, then I don't want another manager. If I can't get Ten Hag, I don't want another manager right now. Yeah. So we stick with him. We get back into Europa League, and we go again next season. Add some more players in the summer with his methods. Hopefully, we finish top 4 the season after.
Yeah, fair enough. I asked that because it seems like a lot of Arsenal fans are ready to jump on him, say like he should leave whenever you have a bad result or bad 2 results. So yeah, I just think there must be balance with Arteta when looking at him over like this period, this season and his past couple of seasons as well. Like you need to have some balance. You can't just say that he needs to leave after a couple of bad games because like a lot of new managers are going to have a little
100%.
And you got a young team as well, so yeah.
We got the youngest team in the league, and like I said, he's on work experience. When I was on work experience at Brixton at Lambeth Council, I'm sure I was messing up. They didn't send me back to school straight away. They're just like, you know what, he's new. You know what, you do this, you don't do this, you do that. And he's like I said, he dealt with some big issues, innit? Dealt with some big issues with the captaincy thing, with players not having the right attitude and getting rid of them and literally saying, no, you got to go out on loan. And this is the line, innit? And he came in, his first interview, I never forget. I have my non-negotiables. I'm not changing from that. And as a fan, whether you like him or not, you should like the principle, innit?
Yeah.
You should like and respect the principle that he's not going to take no bullshit, innit? And that's the standard we have to set now. And the players look like they're falling in line because it doesn't look like the performances have dipped when Aubameyang got stripped. It looked like the performances went up when he got stripped to the captaincy. So I'm probably sure some of them players will be thinking, it's about time that prick got taken off him.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Is there anything else? Got room for one more.
Oh, I better make it. No, 2 more, like because the next one I'm gonna ask you very quick.
We should put a little wager on this though, to see who finishes top 4.
I'm even happy to do it on a poll. I can do that. I'm happy to do it.
Okay, let's go. I'm speaking from a position of strength now. I'm in 4th. I'm speaking from a position of strength now. you play poker side. You know, if you got a heart, I can play big balls right now.
All right, cool. Let him ask his last 2 questions. And then
so like as in what do you call it? You should say you want to make Champions League this season. Do you think you've got a squad, or do you think you could have a squad by the summer to compete in the Champions League?
To compete, no. So to compete is to try and win it?
Oh, not even to win it, but just like to stay in it long enough to up the English coefficient. Because the last couple of times,
I don't think we've got anything to do with that. Don't they still give us 4 teams? Don't they still give us 4 teams?
I'm pretty sure the coefficient was going down for a little while.
No, bro.
Years ago.
We ain't been going because we didn't want to go. Okay?
I ask it seriously though, because there's been a lot of seasons where the push has been top 4, but I've never thought in the last couple of years I haven't think you've had a team strong enough to compete in the Champions League.
And I agree with you. I agree with you totally. So it's and still now it would have to be this window and the next window for you to convince me that we can do, because you just seen it the other day. if my starting 11 don't play, then what happens next? See if Gabriel gets injured for a game, Ben White's partner is going to be who?
Yeah,
If Tomiyasu is injured, then who do you bring in? Cedric away to Bayern Munich?
yeah.
Or if my midfield is Xhaka and Partey, and then their backup is what? Lokonga and El Neni, then that's not Champions. That for me, that's not competing in the Champions League. So it all depends on what we do in the next 2 transfer windows. So if we go get Vlahovic or we go get a proper number 9, that's going to put the chances away that we create, then it definitely improves our chances, isn't it? But we have to do what we done last summer in the next windows going forward. We can't take 1 step forward and take 2 steps back in the transfer window.
So what does that look like? How many players out? How many players in by next summer? If you make Champions League, how many players would you want to move on and got in?
4 or 5 on either side. So we're bringing 4 or 5 in January and summer, and we're getting rid of 4 or 5. So people that are already on loan, that like bye Lucas Torreira, don't need to see you back. Kolasinac is part of the 5. I don't need to see Kolasinac again. It's all right. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, who's at Roma, he can stay with his daddy Mourinho. He can stay there. Oh. I don't need to see him back. But I do need to see like a Tariq Lamptey, like a Basuma, like a Vlahovic, like a Isak. I do need to see them players coming in.
Yeah, he said there's enough noise now about them players coming, like, well, having interest in Arsenal now. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit shook for what Arsenal can do in the next couple of windows. So yeah,
cool.
I like the sound of that.
That's it. All right, guys. Saheed, thanks a lot for coming on today. We appreciate it. As I said, this definitely won't be your last time, and I know it's your first time, but we'll definitely get you back on again. And people, we should have a video on YouTube for you, so please make sure you go on there. And this is probably the first time we're probably gonna finish. You can watch a YouTube video that we're actually gonna finish the whole clip on the YouTube video. So what we're gonna do, what the usual YouTubers do, is just please make sure you like, subscribe,
and comment,
whatever it is. Yeah, please make sure we need, as I said, we want to get this YouTube stuff up. So if you are not listening on YouTube, please jump on YouTube and do like, comment, and basically watch our stuff on YouTube. And as per usual, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And please make sure you share this with friends and family. This year we want to go big, man. We really want to go big. So please support the boys. If you want the content to keep coming, support us and make sure you share it. So you share this with your football guys on Saturdays too.
You're gonna have a lot of lads asking questions down in the comments and stuff like that going forward, isn't it? So don't worry.
All right,
Saheed, you might be making an appearance sooner than you think. If you guys lose to Aston Villa on Saturday, the way you sounded very confident. You started. I want to get that recorded. You were just like, oh no, yeah, no problem. Yeah, what are we away? I even said you're away. He's like, yeah, no problem. Yeah.
But this is Villa. The reason I can say that, yeah, Villa lost me a lot of money the other day. Like, as in, I picked Villa. I mean, this last man standing league here. I picked Villa to beat Brentford. I know it was Villa. Their performance was abject, and they lost the Brentford. So they lost about £620, I think. There's only 3 people left now, isn't it? So,
oh really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's only 3 people left. So
all I'm saying is, if Villa win, you're going to be back here next week.
Don't worry. We'll talk a little bit. Don't worry.
Cool. All right. We'll see you next week, my people. We out.
Peace.
Take care, guys.
See you later, man.